All right. So coming in at 498, according to Rolling Stone's rating, is the album Suicide by the band Suicide. All right. It was released just after Christmas. How wonderfully poetic. In 1977 on Red Star Records. It was produced by, I'm pretty sure this was the band, Craig Leone and Marty Thau. Um, they're some New York folks. This was their debut album. Um, we have thoughts.
Hey, it's Kyle. Just jumping in real quick to ask, do you approve this groove? Let us know in the comments. Give us a quick thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and join the conversation.
If you have never heard this album, find it wherever you listen to it and just put it on, like, and go on this ride with us because this was different. Okay,
This
what are your thoughts?
I so I enjoyed the first couple of songs I was okay with. And I think okay with is as strong as I could put it. It was droning and just kind of went on and on. It felt to me like the music was the soundscape for the lyrics. The music was just creating an atmosphere for the lyrics, and it was interesting in that sense. The lyrics themselves I didn't have much for, um and it was just
So one of the
okay.
things, yeah, I so one of the wait, you thought the album was just okay, or the lyrics were just okay?
The first few songs were just okay.
First few songs, okay, and I think that speaks to the music because this album is 32 minutes long,
Mm-hmm.
which thank you. Um, I feel like within the first 5 or 6 minutes, you get it,
Yeah,
right? And
that's yeah.
so if you don't feel like listening to this, um, this is one of like the first sort of synth led electronic music, like, but not like EDM house bangers. Like, this was like a gritty, I mean, I say it was, this to me, this is like a gritty, um almost lo-fi, like, snapshot. And I read this too, but snapshot of like life in New York City
Yeah,
in the 70s.
yeah.
I mean, some of the lyrics refer to this. Here are my notes. All right, I said it feels like I'm stuck in a synth loop. Like, it was just like the same almost. Here's another thing. I said sometimes this is one bar of a Doors song played for 3 minutes,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Because there's like some of the electric organ, but it's only like a 4 note riff, like over
Oh,
and over and over and over again. He almost had like a Lou Reed kind of spoken
yep.
crooner kind of lyrics to it, which I was thankful that I had the palette to kind of recognize that
Mm-hmm.
because it helped me place it. I don't think he's not trying to be Velvet Underground from what I can tell, but like at least I was like, okay. Um, the other note that I had is this no doubt gets played at indie record stores.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
you know what I mean? When you walk in, you're like, what
What
the
the hell
heck
is?
is
Yeah,
going on here? Like, the guy that picked this is cooler than I am. Okay,
yeah,
I get it.
yeah.
Like, you know,
I and this is one of those albums that I I listened to this. What was so it's what it's the middle of January now. I listened to this album um in October, in the middle of October,
oh wow,
and uh this was one that I did not go back and re-listen to in preparation for today because I didn't need to and I didn't
right?
want to. It went okay for the first couple album or for the first couple of songs, and then it got to Frankie Teardrop.
Yep.
And Frankie
Ten
Teardrop,
coming in at 10 minutes and 26
yeah,
seconds.
yep,
Sure.
yep. And Frankie Teardrop is it's a panic attack in a song. Like there
Yeah.
is and I ended up I came across it just looking into the album after listening to it, like what the hell is this or what was this supposed to be? There's even a Frankie Teardrop challenge where you're supposed
Oh, tell
to,
me about this.
yeah, you're supposed to put on headphones put on Frankie Teardrop at night alone and go walk through, the woods or a cemetery or
Oh,
something like that, and see if you can get through the entire 10-minute song without pulling the headphones out and running home. Like, I don't think I could. The subject matter of that song is like, it's disturbing. It's just a disturbing song. And just the howls and screeches and screams, just throughout that entire song, that took the album from like, this is okay, to like, what the hell did I just listen to?
in listening to it, this is like the third album on the list, but this was one where I was like, this is not one of the 500 best albums.
I
It's not.
Yeah.
I mean, I say that with a full chest, right? It's not. So that got me thinking, right? And I was like, but obviously there's got to be something to it for a lot of people, or for a small important or influential group of people. And I'm reading about it, and they say that granted that the monotony is intentional, much of the cut is chilling the screams and drift of the instrument into landscapes of blankness, and reaches the sought level of terror. Yeah, and then the mood is broken by dumb lyrics, which I'm like, yeah, okay, yeah, that makes sense. Like the music is creepy. It puts you in this weird headspace. He's waxing about living in the city. I mean, like you said, Frankie Teardrop is ridiculous. It was definitely like, this is not one that I would like. This is not a mood listen to me. Like,
No.
maybe as a Halloween mixtape, sure,
Yeah.
but like it's not like you're. I can't imagine anyone picking this vinyl off the shelf. I mean, like, yeah, I'm gonna vibe with this for a little bit today.
Yeah.
Like,
This is yeah.
no,
No.
no, that's not what this is for.
No, this
That's not what this album is for.
this was a weird art house movie as an album.
Absolutely, and there's something to be said for that, I guess. So,
Yeah. And this is one, like I said, when I was originally listening through these and posting like little quick reviews on Instagram and TikTok and stuff, I had people come at me for saying I gave this a 2 out of 5, and I feel like that's maybe even generous. Which is another thing that I was thinking about comparing. Like, I gave this a 2 out of 5 and Arcade Fire, but when I think about the two of them, I would 100% rather listen to Arcade Fire. But I gave him the same score.
right.
I don't know. I mean, yeah, I had people come at me for giving this a 2 out of 5 because to them it is a seminal album in whatever genre it is that they associate it with. So what did you give
That's
it?
funny. Oh, what did I? I mean, I didn't give it much. That's for sure. I gave it a 1. That's for, and my scoring, that is a no thanks. Definitely skip. But having talked about it, it's one of the weird things with music, right? As there's that meme, I think, where or the joke about like how you can't help sometimes go, "Oh my god, that smells awful. Smell it."
Yeah,
You know what I
yeah,
mean? Like,
yeah,
to
yeah.
me, this is like one of those albums. It's like, oh, you've never heard. Listen to
it.
this.
Yeah,
Like, you know what I mean? So ironically, this might be one that sticks with me most. You know what I mean?
yeah.
Like,
I will
which
never
I
forget
guess.
this album.
Okay, so now having said that, if we reframe this, right, and don't
Mhm.
get all big headed art on me, but like as a piece of art, I don't know what it means, but it was provocative.
Yeah. And from what it
It
sounds
gets
like,
the people going.
yeah, and from what it sounds like, it did what it set out to do.
Successful art.
Yeah,
Well done, Suicide.
yeah.
Well done.
Just
That's
not,
a nice job, guys.
just not for us. Hey, thanks for watching. We'd love to know what you think of this album, so let us know in the comments. Do you approve this groove? And as always, a quick thumbs up helps a lot. Subscribe so you can see all 500 albums, and we'll see you on the next record.